Alright, hello everyone. How's everyone doing? Alright, let me catch up on chat. I got an armory soon, but I'm gonna chill with y'all till then. Is that a smiley face? I like that smiley face, whatever that is. Nightmare Fuel thumbnail. Is Vegas the Nightmare Fuel, or is Marlyn the Nightmare Fuel? I think you can make arguments either way. Curious though. Yeah, we're gonna be playing some more Marlyn. I think I'm pretty much like locked in on this list for PT. I think there's like one slot that I'm kind of debating. Which is mainly like this quiver slot. I either want to make this like enchanted quiver or abyssal, and I'm not entirely sure which one is which. I think I'd rather like. It's kind of interesting. I think the better Acilio decks are going to be gone in a flash, so in that case, like having enchanted quiver doesn't actually do all that much in the matchup. It's basically like a one prevention effect. It's like a lot more better into like the arcane Acilio, so I think bringing in like abyssal is kind of tempting just because gives you a little bit more equity in the gravy, and then also gives you like a bit more equity into like random fatigue slop like Pleiades, Huntsman, etc. So it's kind of interesting. I think that that's like the last slot I'm debating, maybe even cutting down on like one of these pilfers or something, but the pilfers are kind of interesting. They've been actually doing work lately, like not even into gravy. I've been running these into Huntsman, which has been kind of fun. I think I like kind of figured out my Huntsman split of like, I think I bring like 2 pilfers, 2 endless, and maybe like 2 battering or something like that, and that's felt pretty good. But still some stuff to kind of explore. But yeah, nothing too revolutionary for the deck list today, just kind of standard good stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. But yeah, Vegas is gonna be fun. Looking forward to seeing some folks. I think the fatigue decks won't be around with Remembrance being banned. So I've heard some whispers that Huntsman is like the secret best deck in format. Can anyone confirm? I don't know. I've heard some things about that deck that kind of scare me. Okay, Reiner, go first. And then I feel like you could make an argument for New Horizons matchup, but I don't think we need to. I feel like it's probably too cute. Let's start like this. Okay, they are on Ball Breaker and Savage Claw. Interesting. Not on Meat Axes. Fascinating. They're also fat decking. Huh. What does that mean? I mean, we should be always able to, like, send Harpoon here, Arsenal Harpoon, so that seems fine. Just debating which of these I want to send. I guess we'd rather like Arsenal to Redfin is the logic here. Huntsman has some struggle matchups, but some easy ones too. I'm not too worried about fatigue plays in Jarl, but Huntsman is spoopy. Yeah, that deck is a little scary. I think like against most iterations of Jarl, you can beat that deck without even like boarding into fatigue. But into like Huntsman, I think it's like a little bit scarier. Ball playing, sure. Yeah, I think the sheer popularity of Jarl is going to make Huntsman have a tough time. I think, from what I've heard, John Lupine Fiasco was telling me that matchup is like pretty good for Jarl, so me, that's true. I still think it's going to be like decently represented, is my guess, but hard to say. I think we can go ahead and probably hook this. Interesting. Why did they discard the... Okay. Not going to question that. Sure. Ooh, those are some good draws. Kind of feel like we keep the Codex bottom the Redfin, although guaranteeing like a blue there is not like the worst thing in the world. If Jarl knows how to play it, the matchup is unlosable. Well, that's actually comforting, I guess. Maybe we don't have to respect Huntsman as much. I've been thinking a lot about that deck. I think like Huntsman has like some interesting things going for them, but like they also just have like so many issues. I don't know. Heard some people hype up that deck though. This hand is like kind of terrible. Fatigue Pile Jarl would maybe go Abyssal Depths, despite it not feeling super duper needed. So I don't even think you really need Abyssal into Jarl. Like, it's mostly been for like Gravy or Gravy, Pleiades, Huntsman are like the three matchups that I think about quicker. But like maybe I don't even need Abyssal then. Maybe I just like fat deck like Foley or something. I don't know. Abyssal is like something we're trying today. Deck loses to Fi. Yeah, Fi's still pretty good. Okay, this is just damage, or... Okay, what do we want to do here? I think if we try to draw for a blue, that's like the best case scenario with this hand. If we draw a blue, we can like overpitch all three Harpoons, send Redfin or something like that, and then what do they get back? They get back Pulping, Show of Strength, something like that. There's also like a world where we maybe just... Maybe just send like a big Kraken now. I think that seems reasonable. We could even just pitch the Codex here, because the Codex isn't really doing all that much just yet. Puts an extra +3. It's probably wrong, though. Huntsman will struggle into Dory if they have a DJA in sideboard. That's also true. I feel like there are a lot of ways to deal with Huntsman. Like, I think that deck is scary, but I don't think that deck is, like, maybe the best thing in the world. Oh, Kraken was nice, or King Shark was a nice draw there. No reason to block right now, right? We can just block whatever the next thing is. Yeah, I feel like in the like Huntsman and Jarl matchup, like not having Quiver to set up double Arsenal can also be like really detrimental. Having Quiver or Rustling Leaves turns out is just really, really good. Art is very, very good. But I think here we're gonna play it a little bit safe and just overpitch our red. Still have a lot of fridge to work with, so I don't think they're gonna have much of a comeback here. I'm so tempted to spoil my battlegrounds tomorrow, bringing DGA Bolden. DGA Bolden's very funny. Aggressive Pounce, sure. I've never seen the blue. I've seen the red one of these, but I've not seen people play the blue one. Huh, that's concerning. Did they not want to ripple away whatever I did? Maybe they need double blue for something? Curious. Yeah, that was an interesting play. Oh, they banished my sunken treasure. That's annoying. That's still fine though. Just block with sip now. Okay. Still never like really struggled too hard in this matchup. It feels like you can just kind of push over the fridge super easily. Like Reiner does have like a really good fridge. Like it's basically like a warrior fridge, but I don't know why this matchup just feels like so much better than warrior does. Let's hold on to the port side here, probably. I think I'll like Arsenal this, IP this, or alternatively I can. No, it's probably better Arsenal catch, right? Arsenal the buff. Yeah, I guess that's the biggest thing is like they don't have evasion in the same way that Kasai does. Maybe that's why it doesn't feel as bad. It's because like they're all action cards, so they can't really block as well. That makes sense. Ooh, they're running a spicy blue pummel. Very cool. A Reiner. I feel like. Oh, hold on. What is my like win rate in a Reiner? I feel like it's very high. The last time I checked. Let me see. Reiner. I've still not lost a game of Reiner. Okay, that makes sense. Because Marlyn can't take warrior cards and warrior can block overpower. Well, it's like, it's kind of similar because, like the weird issue is that, yes, you can block like overpower and stuff, but like you can still kind of do that with Reiner like a little bit. It's not like all the time. Like they have like the Kite Hunter, some random stuff. Okay, playing against Vince. Like, it feels like it shouldn't be that much harder, but it feels like it just definitely is. Alright, opponents left. Yeah, the free hooks, I guess, is like the big thing. Makes sense. Yeah, Blood Rush isn't even a good card. It's kind of funny. Oh, we're playing against Rob? Okay, this will be a fun one. Okay, we definitely want to go first because we're gonna run New Horizons. Alright, let's see what Rob's got for us. Content creator battle. I don't even think I'm gonna run Abyssal. I think I'm just gonna run the main 60. Oh, you got the wrong list. Okay, okay. Rob, rejoin. Rejoin, Rob. You can do it. Or send me an invite link. Hold on. It better not be Valdo as the other list. All right, Rob. DM me a link and I'll join. Okay, here, get a link. Okay, let me grab the list. Let me go ahead and just put the list in chat real quick, in case anyone needs it. It's the same list from I think the last video. All right, we're gonna go first. We're gonna run Horizons. I don't even bother with Trench in this matchup. You can, but I don't think it's necessary. All right, we'll see what Rob's got. I'm kind of expecting some kind of like gross fatigue list, but we'll kind of have to see. Halfway tempted to run the Abyssal, but I think it's just like not worth. All right, we're watching Rob run a clean 60 here. All right, I'm gonna like snap do this in a heartbeat. I think this is like almost always the correct play, is to like discard Codex and set double Arsenal. I think I've like seen this like opener like enough times where I think that's just like always correct. I keep on punting this matchup despite it being almost free. It's not like the most free matchup in the world. Like you still kind of gotta work for it a little bit. Okay, so we have 3 Oak. We don't really need to block this, but we are like a little afraid of Pummel. Like, this almost feels like it's, like, almost for sure pummel. Like, I kind of want to just block just to soak up a little bit of damage, since we can't really use, like, all the cards in our hand here. Alright, refresh the gold here. I think there was, like, some argument to discarding the shallow water there. But this kind of works out still. Still has Crown of Providence, so we should prioritize the blue arrow, I think, first. Okay, we just get a King Shark instead. That's also acceptable. Okay, pretty good start. Can't complain about King Shark for 13. Oh, I didn't hook this. Probably should. Hold on. Oh no. Do this instead. There you go. Forgot my gold. I assume we're getting blocked out here anyways, but we can see. Oh, he is running Rampart in this matchup. I think Rob was telling me that this is like the optimal Marlyn setup is that you run Rampart just so you can like dodge stuff, I guess. Pre-met's a good arsenal here though. Alright, cards in opponents' arsenals are frozen while they control Frostbite or a frozen permanent, but they don't have the ability to give me a frozen permanent, so does not particularly matter. Okay. So we can do pre-med. I think I do want to just like try to double crack gold here. It's like a little... Okay, never mind. We're not even going to double crack gold here. We're just going to fire it off here. This is kind of disgusting. Unfortunately, Rob didn't block with the plow under. That would have been like the ultimate BM. But it's still really good. I gotta get Rob to play this list at some point. We need to make more Marlyn content creators. Alright, and then we get to send in 16, keep a really good arsenal. Oh, the New Horizons plan just feels so good in this matchup. It just feels like you have like infinite time to set up in the early game, and then once you start drawing the 3 oaks, you just chain values super, super hard. Alright, Fruits is gone, sure. Alright, Sprout Strength, Terra Sunder. So they might, Rob might have attack in his arsenal, but I think that's probably fine. Could also just be Fist. Okay, Fist makes sense. We can go ahead and just sunk in here. Rob has like a million Earth cards, so I don't think depriving him of any of the Earth is like very good here. I think we just sunk in, go for like a trophy shot line next turn and get our value. No real reason to like overcomplicate it here. So we basically have almost like enough gold for the rest of the game, so managing it's just going to be the hard part from now on. But it shouldn't be that hard. Rob, I think at one point you were telling me that this card was like trash. Is that true? I don't know if Rob is still in chat, but is like I saw Glaive like still a bad card. I feel like I've not been impressed by that card. If we crack... No, we'd have to crack 2 gold to get, like, a second Arsenal here. I think we'll just go off Arsenal. Send 14. This has been, like, a pretty gross series of draws. I think we've sent King Shark nearly every turn of the game. Seems pretty good. Alright, Rampart, sure. Oh, this matchup's so much fun. It's like a nice idle game. Alright, we're getting Winter's Bite into CLF here. So, how do we play against CLF? I guess the best thing here is to just, like, pay 1, pitch Kraken, and then keep these to just send a Redfin. It's, like, kind of mid, but it's fine, and we go off Arsenal, so we maybe can get our, like, New Horizons block if we need it. I think there's like also an argument to just like double Arsenal pass there, but I feel like I'd rather like send stuff. It's like close between the two. I don't want to just like let Rob have like a free 5-card hand. Like I'd rather apply like some pressure. Plus we just have a ton of gold, so like keeping Arsenal isn't like a super high priority right now. The triple D react is very funny. So that means that Rob needs decompose. Like, I'm assuming it's blue felling based on that. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. So this is actually kind of a cool hand. We can... No, maybe it's not that cool. I think there was like a cute line that we could do where we set double Arsenal and like Arsenal Kraken face up, cheating face down. But I think I'd honestly rather just go off second Arsenal and block 8 here. Seems a little bit stronger, and then we just get to sit on Kraken for a little bit. I think we're already like egregiously kind of far ahead here, so shouldn't really matter too much. Ooh, double Sprout Strength is scary. Double Sprout Strength into CNC would be kind of gross. Alright, no double Sprout Strength though. Let's go ahead and just take 9. So we're at 11-point life lead. We both still have our armor. And then how many D-Reacts have we seen? Seen 2 root bounds and then 1 sink below. So he's probably got like somewhere between 3 and 6 reacts left. Alright, let's go ahead and pitch. I want to hold on to... Well, actually, hold on. Oh, I should have probably blocked. I was thinking there was a way to set double Arsenal here, but there's not. I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait, was Rob playing Ripple away also? Maybe that was the last game. I think we can still just do this. It's like a little bit greedy with the hook, but I think that Jarlists probably don't need to run Ripple away at this point, so we're probably safe to just hook this. See what blocks Rob's got cooked up for us. Oh, I just realized. Oh, hold on. Oh, no one told me that the streamer mode was broken. It's my bad. Is that better? Hold on. Let me look on OBS. Sorry about that, chat. There we go. Like, I have to like fix this every stream because it's so finicky. I need to figure out like a better way to do that. It's still kind of off. Hold on. What do we do? Yeah. Sorry, Rob. I'm not trying to slow you, roll you. Card is gonna bother me forever. That's good enough. How is it, so there's like a setting you have to do to make the card bigger on the side, otherwise you can't really see it super well. So like I like having like the card big on the right, just so like if there's like a new player in a game or something, or like they don't know what all the cards do, it's like easier to read. It's just kind of an accessibility thing, mainly because I think at one point like I was playing the game for like the first time, and like reading all the cards is kind of intimidating, like, or like it's very hard to see right on Talishar if you like aren't mousing over it directly. So I feel like it just helps a little bit. Let me see if I can slide it just a little bit over to the left here. Okay, that's perfect. All right, the Mangle, no pummel. I think we're just gonna send a big goal. We actually have a million gold. We should just crack it at this point. I think we're just gonna dump hand and try to kill Rob next turn. I do kind of miss ooh, Eye's really good. I'm gonna get a little bit greedy here, but I think this should work most of the time if we just see something like a Codex on top. We're gonna actually bottom the Sift here so that we have like a better ponder. Deck is kind of broken though. The double fruit discard is kind of hilarious. I think there is a version of Jarl that does like a little bit better against Marlin for what it's worth. Like I think if you're on triple staunch plus like the 90 reacts plus like if you're basically just doing like a super fatigue version of Jarl, I think it tends to work a little bit better. But if it's like not that version, I feel like this matchup's just like super duper free. Alright, does Rob have a yellow? Do we have a yellow? Yes. Alright, let's see how much gold we can crack here. I think I'm gonna pitch this red fin and just try to find a different arrow. That'll work. Because I want to get like super greedy here, maybe. I think we should probably just stop here, in fact. This is probably good enough. Yeah, that'll probably do it. Oh, Rob wants a rematch? Okay, we can do a rematch. Alright. Let's see if Rob gets me on the run back. This is a good matchup to practice at least though for PT. Alright, Rob's gonna go first. We're gonna run New Horizons. I don't think it's like I feel like the non-fatigue version of Jarl is like not that much harder though. It feels like it's pretty similar. You just have to like fight through more D-reacts, which just makes the game kind of go longer. Good opening hand here with the sips though. I think what I'm gonna try to do is like depends, I guess, what Rob sends here. Okay, Crumble's a little scary. All right, New Horizons down. This could be. So I've never actually had my New Horizons like blown up before. This could be potentially world first. So this gets a little scary, but I think we're supposed to like hold on to the Sift and double arsenal here anyways. But very, very scary. All right, Rob, don't blow up my New Horizons. All right, that's also pretty good. All right, Plow Under and Frozen to Death in hand. The Frozen to Death is very scary. I think we just have to like kind of gamble here though. Oh, so I guess there's no fail state is the nice part here, right? Because if Rob hits the 3-oak, then we don't really care, right? Interesting. I guess we kind of do care, but it's not like the end of the world. So we send King Shark for 10. Just keep this C4 salvage for when we find a yellow. Yeah, this game might be a little bit scary, especially knowing that Rob has the Frozen in hand. That is very terrifying. I'm kind of expecting a D-react here, though. Okay. No sync, and we have a Frozen Death in hand. Okay, New Horizons might be going away. That's okay. Okay, so New Horizons is not going away. Interesting. Pitch the gold the tip here. Oh, and a mangle, okay. Well, losing the Frozen, I feel like, is kind of good for us, right? Rob's got 2 Earths, so he could start snowballing a little bit here. But I think we do get to banish one of the Earth, I guess, with the C4 salvage. So maybe this is actually not that bad. Alright, so banish the Plow. That'll put him to 1 Earth. So it could definitely like mess him up next turn. And we'll just Arsenal Codex, hope for no Frozen or Mingle. Alright, that being said, if we do get Frozen Death here, it's like not even that bad. Because we still have 3-oak. Just a little scary. weird hand. Oh, the sea light is also getting broken. That's kind of funny. I'm trying to think what the line is here. The line might actually just be to no block. No block's kind of tempting. Could also just like pitch away the 3-oak for next like second cycle. That's also like pretty fine too. Save a little bit of health here. Kind of like this line, I think. Let's do this, Codex, get our Ponder. Watching Aurora stream or going to sleep because it's 3 a.m. Watching Aurora, of course. Oh, thank you, Boron537. Every time Marlynn turns a plow upside down, I smile. I smile too. It's always fun to turn your opponent's yellows upside down. Okay, so we have E-Strike, Felling, and Fruits. We do have an Arsenal as well. It's kind of an interesting puzzle. But I think it's still the Felling, right? I think it's still the Felling. Because I don't think we care as much about the E-Strike, right? And the Fruits is just decomp fuel, so I'd rather just take a Felling out of the deck, especially with how Remembrance is gone now. I kind of almost want to try to find an opportunity to try to cash in the New Horizons, just because it's like a little bit of a liability. Just a little bit of a liability. Can even try to go for a double Arsenal here. It's a little tempting, especially with an E-Strike in the bin. Oh shit, hold on. I fucked up. Let me go back actually. Hold on. I want to... I think I did this. So I think I should load... Well, I drew the card, I guess. So I should just load here, right? Because if I don't know what I'm drawing, then I do this. Alright, I'm like cheating slightly, but that's okay. It's against Rob, so it's fine to cheat. But like this is like the correct gold crack here, because I load the King Shark, and then if I draw something off the top, I can load the red lure, or if I draw blue off the top, then I load the red lure. If I don't draw the blue off the top, then I just send King Shark, Arsenal, whatever I draw. Alright, mild cheating, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll just hold on to the red lure for now. Are we safe to hook this? I kind of want to be a little bit greedy here. I'm gonna hook it. He doesn't have well-grounded online right now. We've seen one D-React, and I don't think he's on like a particularly D-React heavy build. So I feel like this should be safe. We will see though. Need to remember to like set up my double loads a little bit better. Okay, Plow, Oaken, Frozen. So I don't think Rob has a way to actually fuse Oakenold, right? So you might as well just take like the Plow here, because that will like mess up our arsenal. Looking like a pretty good hand here though. Greed is always the answer. It's true, Burst Flame. Okay, just the Oaken. Sure. We could even potentially go for... I feel like double catch of the day is like kind of troll here. I feel like one catch of the day is probably enough. Also, why did the UI change like mid-match for some reason? Has this always been like this? Or did it like just change? Maybe I'm also getting to the point in the stream where I'm like hallucinating new Talshar UIs. I might have tapped into port side since even a red wasn't a fail state, but I don't think either line is bad. Yeah, that's probably good actually too. You can like port side. Portsight gets you like one card deeper and lets you hook, but I think you can like already kind of safe hook that. I guess it kind of depends. I guess like Portsight gives you like a safer hook, which is kind of good. Yeah, okay. Rob's probably cooked off that after that one. Yeah, Rob, a little bit of a tough matchup. It's okay. All right, Rob wants to run it back one more time. All right, this is the last one, Rob. Last one. All right, Rob's gonna go first. Well, you at least get our Jarl practice, which is nice. Because I think this is gonna be like, I think Jarl is like finally in the top 5 most represented decks at this point, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I haven't really felt the need like to I haven't felt the need to have Abyssal Quiver in this matchup very much, unless they're playing like super fatigue Jarl, and even then it feels like it's fairly mid. I'd love to know how you felt introducing pre-med as well as removing riches. I feel like the big thing with riches is that it's like semi-often a liability. All right, sunken on top, so we sift the sunken, set double arsenal, hope to not have our new horizon blown up. Seems good. But I feel like the biggest thing about riches is that it's just like, you don't really need like the gold fatigue endgame loop as much anymore. Okay, just an Autumn's Touch. We can deal with that. It feels like you don't need that like endgame loop anymore, and it also just feels like you're not necessarily that strapped for gold anymore. I think it's like tempting, but I feel like oftentimes what it does is it like creates a scenario where it's either like a Gorganian Tome where you're like cracking gold to make a gold, just so you can like turn off on hook, or you're doing like you're using Tunic to pitch with it. Like it kind of like forces you to crack gold that you like already have, if that makes sense. Is the gold fatigue endgame loop due to Remembrance leaving and Victor reaching LL? Yeah, I feel like you just don't need riches as hard as you kind of used to, I guess. Let's go ahead and just pass here. Alright, Cheating, pre-med. Actually, I wonder... Oh, I guess we can do something, like, kind of sneaky here. We can try to see if we can, like, hit a random arrow off the top. Okay, no random arrow. I guess we can, like, still kind of do this. Part of me does feel like Riches is an interesting include in the deck. Like, if it was, like, a very warrior-heavy meta, I think I'd bring Riches back. Big downside, I feel like, of Riches is just the no block. Like, it's like a card for if you, like, never need to block. Also, I think I'm just gonna tuck this seafloor. Just see if we can, like, random hit an arrow off the top there. Alright, CNC is deal withable. And I think we're just gonna pull Tunic here to see if we can set double arsenal again. Alright, we get a King Shark and a Shallow. This is basically the perfect hand for double arsenal. And then we can just kind of try to explode Rob's hand here a little bit. I figure what you said about making the gold, you have, although that also allows for more safe hooks, is that not as necessary? So I think like that's the part I like about Riches, is that it does give you safe, like the most safe amount of hooks, right? Like, because you don't have to worry about, it's like the safest possible hook, because you can't get Ripple Away, which makes it really tempting, especially in the Victor meta when Ripple Away was like really good. But the issue, like the no block is a huge issue, and then it just like it's like not even good necessarily into like aggressive decks is like kind of how I feel about it. Like It's kind of like this like value engine for when decks are like blocking you out. But a lot of the decks that like block you out, you also need to block. So it's like decks that don't present a lot of damage, but also you want to like how do I phrase it? It's like decks that present a lot of decks that don't present disruption, but also block you a lot, which is like not a ton of decks in the game right now. But it's kind of like hard to explain. I think Riches is like I kind of like to think of Riches more as like a Goric Tome-esque effect than like a like end game fatigue loop effect, if that makes sense. Okay, I think we'll just pass here. If we had more blues like Tipple, I'd consider Riches more. I think Ataya is still kind of good, especially if you have a lot of like red line decks that are running a lot of D-Reacts. Like Syndra is maybe like a decent example of this. Because I think like a lot of Syndra decks right now are running a bit more D-Reacts, but if it was like a very react heavy Syndra meta or like a Fang meta, Ataya like getting like a full card is like really, really good. But now that like a lot of decks are running Tunic, like it's kind of like less good, and then like I don't know. Like it doesn't really bother Huntsman all that much. It's just kind of like not that good. Okay, another Felling is a little bit scary. But I guess we can just like block out, set up double arsenal again. When are you playing around Redlore Harpoon without Tip the Barkeep now? Are you just entirely dependent on Sea Lace Sarong, or just not looking for too wide turns? So that's actually like a good question. With Redlore, I feel like if I'm able to, in like slower matchups, keep Sea Lace around towards like the end of the game, then Redlore gets like a lot more tempting. But I feel like the best hits for Redlore at this point are just like E-Strike, or just like any like Goggin attack. Like I've had like Blaze Headlong work. E-Strike's good. If you can obviously Arsenal, it's really, really good. I still like think this card is pretty like it has like its use cases, but it's definitely like a lot harder to use without Tip the Barkeep. But it does also just let you like block down, like play out some things. Like you play out CNC, there's still like good hits with it. You're just not gonna get like value out of it all the time, I think is the way I look at it. It's pretty niche even with Tip, I've been finding. I think you just kind of need it for harpoon density is like the big thing. Like you don't have to get like max value out of this card. You can kind of just think of it as like a solid value card. Also, I think I'm just gonna like send it here. We can threaten like a CNC, which is kind of fun. You may like block down and send out a CNC depending on what Rob does here. Oh, Rob has his own CNC. Okay, scary. I suppose we can just like give up Sea Lace here then, like play around the pummel, and then we can send Rob's own CNC back at him. Like I think Red Lord is like still good. You just kind of have to like get into situations where you like block down a little bit more. It's kind of like how I think about it. I still really like throwing Phantasmaclasms with Go again. All right, so I'm putting Rob on pummel, by the way. So you still kind of gotta play around it here. Oh no, we're getting pummel Oakenolds. Yuck. Okay, that's bad. Okay, could be worse. We gotta look on the bright side here. I think we'll just block so that we don't die. Alright, there's the pummel. That's actually kind of a good sequence of hits for us. Getting to keep the Codex in deck was pretty good. Alright, let's hope that this turn is not incredibly scary. Still a lot of gold to work with if we can just get to the point where we can use it. What is the odds that Rob has another Winter's Bite after this? I think we'll still just like pull Tunic here. Might end up having to block this turn anyways, but we'll see. Ooh, does Rob have the second pummel? That'd be scary. Did you mention your thoughts on Premeditate? It seemed absent for a bit and has recently come back, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, it was kind of gone for a bit, mainly because I think the 36 blue list was like more popular. I think it's back now just because I think let's give Rob 5 here and hope for no pummel. It's been back now because I think that drawing cards is good. I think like I was running 2 pre-meds in my what was the last event? It was my Nats list, right? I was running like 2 of these because I felt that they like gave you a lot of like deck velocity, which I think is like kind of important. Can we crack to blue here? Not really, but we can still like keep double arsenal potentially. Maybe we do want to go for the blues. We need to draw. I might even just settle after 1 more blue. Okay, that probably kills it, but that's fine. We can still kind of do this. Yeah, but I like pre-med more as just like a cycling card. Like, think of it like a Saber Bloodshed that's like delayed. That's kind of how I think about it. Like, Marlynn uses Ponder super well. So getting extra Ponders is really good. If you ever like Ponder into like a 3-oak or a Codex or anything, it's just super powerful. Even just like random crappy blue arrows sometimes just good enough. This is a little bit more of a scarier game, by the way. I don't know what was different. I guess the Pummel Oakenold kind of did a lot of work. Okay. I think we're back at the start of the turn. Sure. Yeah, but I think if like Riches was, I think Riches is interesting, but I don't know how like important it is. I guess this feels really important to have like most if not all of your cards block against most decks. All right, so I think we're getting like Plow Under here or something, which is fine. Maybe gives us an excuse to just go ahead and try to cash in the New Horizons block and then maybe just go to 1 here. Going to 1 is like scary though. Maybe we just give up on cheating then. Try to do something like this and maybe. Try to think. Is 1 scary though? Maybe 1 isn't that scary. We do something like this and go to send 13 at Rob. But I feel like that's still not good enough with the bark skin. I think I like this. Do we think this is a safe hook? It might not be, but I think we're not going to get too many more hooks this game. So might as well go for it. Okay. Breaker hook, but it's fine. Could be worse. How many 3-oaks do we have left? We still have 1 3-oak. Was this the game that we pitched a 3-oak to second cycle, or was that the game before? A little bit too much Jarl. Okay, he's going to take 1 here, which is really good for us. Okay, we do have another 3-oak. That's good. Ooh, but felling. Felling is scary. Yeah, I think we just gotta like ride Arsenal of 3 here. We're gonna go 2, but 2 is still like semi okay. And then basically Rob's kinda out of earth at that point. So we gotta dodge another Oaken here. Which I guess there's one gone, or oh, I guess all the Okens are gone. So I guess now we're trying to dodge like Tear. Ooh, okay, might have jinxed it. Oh yeah, I forgot to play around Tear. Okay. That's probably my bad. So we probably should have not gone greedy with the 3 oak. Okay. Minor punt. That's okay. Alright, Rob got one of us. Nail biting finish. Yeah, unfortunate. I think for what it's worth, I'm probably supposed to like block with the 3 oak there, and then like just try to like dodge. I forgot about Terra Sunder, if I'm being honest. I forgot that that's a card. But I feel like the pummels were a little bit better. I don't know if Rob was running pummels like all the games, but pummels definitely a little bit stronger, I think, into Marlynn. Yeah, I've lost this way too many times. So let's get to like lose this way to like get in the habit of not going to 2. I think that's like kind of reasonable. All right, we lost that one. All right, still like 2 and 1 year also. I don't feel too bad. Wait, why do I still have to hold on? I thought I like am subscribed to Talishar, but still show
page.
What's up?
Refresh the page.
No, I think it's still like shows. Oh, there it goes. Okay, weird. I don't know.
I noticed that when I was setting the stream up for you. I think it's still a little buggy.
Rob I never saw them until game 3. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, the Pummel Oaken was really strong in that game. All right. Gotcha, an Ira. Or we don't have an Ira. Side note, but I think I did think about Marlynn Sage since the catch in BNR. I don't know if that helps her though, because like old him is still a million block cards, right? Like, it feels like the meta is like hostile to Marlynn still. Like I feel like there's not really like a super compelling reason to play her in Sage. I know people have been. I think there was someone in a YouTube video like asked about Marlynn Sage. Ira games feel really hard or really easy and no in between. I think I lean towards easy, but there are definitely some variations of Ira that are a little bit scarier. All right, Reinar. A lot of Reinar on Talishar lately. I don't know why. I don't think the deck's very good. Return Fires are gone. Damn, back to Binder. I think Return Fires, like, it's still good. It's just for like grindier metas, and we're going into like a very fast meta. Also, I didn't board in my right headpiece. That's my bad. Minor punt. The hardest thing about Talishar is just remembering to bring in the correct headpiece, I feel like, half the time. That's okay. We'll be doing like a Boomer Marlynn build here, kind of. But yeah, I feel like Return Fires are a lot better the slower the format is, because you generally are not... You're generally like not getting the first one off, and then the second one you do typically get off second cycle. Sage is still not in a great place since they let Briar live, yeah. I think Return Fire is still a cool card, and it was cool that we were able to run 2 of them that one time, but like, still feel like the card kind of has issues. Oh my god, we're gonna get rolled here. This could be going better for us. Guess we'll just block out here. Pretty sure our Codex isn't that bad. Minor punt though. In the sense that I let them roll scabs for 6. Alright, let's see how else they want to hurt me here. Pretty good opener. They might even have another card here that they can play like a 2-cost randomly. That'd be like worst case scenario. All right. Okay, we're still in this game. I love Return Fire, but it's clunky. I read that at 7 value. Should be good, but you need to juggle IMO. Yeah. I think the biggest thing with Return Fire is like I pretty much feel like I always whiffed the first one, like almost always. And then the second one I like always hit is how I felt like it. So like in order to get to that point in the game, you need to like get basically either towards the end of first cycle or like second cycle to like really get Return Fire value. It feels like it's so much easier to like line up in second cycle than anytime else, really. Why did they have all... Okay, I guess this is like kind of fine for me still. Interesting. Huh. I guess that's like not that bad for me. Yeah, I feel like my Return Fire, like RNG or whatever, was never like super good. It always felt like it was just very, very clunky to me. Okay, so problem is that they have a Blood Rush in Arsenal. Or they will have a Blood Rush in Arsenal, assuming that they don't like pitch here or something. Which means they can like full cover with the armor here. So this gets like a little bit scary. I think we still like kind of have to send here though, unfortunately. Like I think if we just block out, we're giving them like too much tempo, and I'd rather at least try to take care of the armor than just kind of let it sit here. All right. So we'll clear the armor with the red fin, and then we just need to not die to this Blood Rush turn, and we should be okay if we can kind of stabilize after that. Oh, Thick Eye Hunter. Okay. I guess that's good for us that they're not playing Blood Rush, right? Interesting. I guess they could still play Blood Rush, but it's going to be like a baby Blood Rush. Or they're not going to play Blood Rush. Well, that gives us a lot more choices, I feel like, here. I think we're going to block with the Kraken, just because sending Kraken against Reiner is not super good. Like, we could Arsenal it, but I don't think it's super compelling here. Like, I'd rather just find a Codex or the last King Shark or something better. But we'll do some digging here, see what we can find. Golden Tip is good enough here because we at least get to send 14. The Reiner can conceptually block this if they have Thick Hide Hunter, but I think we're just going to try to get a little bit greedy here. I think we need to, like, apply pressure here, otherwise we're kind of still in bad shape. Okay, Reckless Stampede, Show of Strength, Vigorous Smash Up, and Aggressive Pounce. So they pitch here, discard one of these. Could still be a pretty good Blood Rush turn, but they'd have to probably hit the Scabs roll to get the most out of that Blood Rush turn. Let's see what they got here. Ooh, a very good hand for getting Blood Rush, to be honest. It's like a near perfect hand. Just needed them to not like double Blood Rush here or something like that. So I think they do need to roll Scabs. Or no, they have the aggressive pounce, so they could just like do a pounce line or something. Hand's still really good though. Oh yeah, I think they discarded the Reckless to the Thick-Hide Hunter. I think that's what it was. Okay, Savage Sure. So then you're gonna go Aggressive Pounce into like another red or something here. We should be able to get at least 5 value out of the trench. So I think I'm gonna pop it here with the assumption that they maybe have another Gogan card. If they don't have another Gogan card, then we're at least buying some life total here. See how wide they want to go this turn, I guess is the big question. Okay, they did with the Scabs, which is good for us. Means they probably don't have another Gogan source in hand. Okay, so they maybe we're trying to go for like double show of strength or something. Interesting. I think I'm just gonna cash in like all of our black value here. So we take 8, we go to 9. 9 plays 15, and then we get a 13 King Shark. Well, we could even go 1. We might have to greed it here. We've seen a lot of our reds. So if we do... There is a greed line we can do where we go for more than 13, but I don't know if that's like necessary. I'm like very tempted to crack gold here so that we can resolve catch of the day. It's very tempting. Chat, what do we do? Do we want to go for the greed line or do we want to go for the safe line? I feel like the safe line is just maybe correct here, but I'm kind of worried about like just losing. Like they get to keep a 4-card hand as Reinar. I think I'm gonna go for greed. All right, the greed line is dead.
Did you get owned?
I didn't get owned. I just got owned by the yellow on top. That would have been a sick ponder too. Unfortunate. Unlucky. Like, I feel like we might lose if we take the safe line though, because giving them 4 cards here feels kind of suspect. Maybe it's not though, because like Reinar still sometimes can struggle to convert 4-card hand. Kind of depends very much on like how good the Reinar hand is. Okay, what do we got here? We got a send packing, a pulping. So I think we need to bet on them low rolling scabs. And then if they low roll scabs, I think we win the game here. So I think that's going to be the strat. Take the pulping as the Gogan card. And then now the impetus is on them. Oh, we pondered into another codex, which is kind of funny, I guess. Maybe that was actually ended up being good for us. Okay, they did not low roll the codex. Or the scabs, unfortunate. We might not be dead here though. They have send packing is the issue. And send packing is going to be coming in for 7, which is problematic. So I think we have to. Oh, this feels weird. If we let them send packing us, what happens? We get to keep 3 plus 4 gold. We need to block something this turn. Ultimately is what it boils down to. We can't really block the send packing. I guess we could block the send packing, but we're like losing 2 points of life. We block the send packing, they put the codex back, we use the codex for pitch. Maybe that's supposed to be good. I think we're supposed to let them have this and see what the next thing is. Unfortunately, lost the die roll. So I'm assuming it's this and the send packing. It's my guess. Oh, whoops. Oh, hold on. Sorry, whoops. Clicked too fast. Alright, so I guess we block 9 here. And then we're going to need to draw some cards here. We have exactly one red harpoon somewhere in the deck. So we ultimately need to like brick their hand super bad here somehow. Whether that's by drawing blue fin or red fin or some other card. Alright, we have plenty of gold to at least crack and fix this hand, so this is not as bad as it initially seems. That being said, I do have to actually draw another harpoon. I don't unfortunately think that Goldfin is a win con here, so I need to, like a real harpoon like that. But Bluefin's probably one of the better draws here. Like, only thing better would be like Kraken or something. Because like this at least threatens to like completely brick their hand. Maybe we block 6 and then we can just like close the game out by cracking a bunch of gold. I think we're still like potentially in this. If this connects and like strips their hand in a really bad way for them, I think we can definitely come back. But if they do have like a hand that doesn't need blues or whatever, then this could get scary. All right, no yellows. I guess it technically doesn't have any yellows, but it does have a blood rush, so that's bad for us. The funny thing is they could have blocked with the Alpha Instinct and gave us 1 less gold, but it might not matter here. Alright, let's see what they got. Blood Rush is technically not lethal. Like, they're only drawing 2 cards here, so we could actually live this fairly easily. Like, if we can block 9 here and then do, like, Goldfin, Cheating Scoundrel, kill them. Yeah, like, I think this is not lethal, right? We do die to Reckless, but they would have to have a second Reckless in the deck and then also draw it. I feel like I actually like our chances here. For what it's worth, we also like boarded wrong this matchup. It's still okay. Alright, so we cheating. We make a Goldfin and then hope to dodge Reckless here, basically. It's like our lose con. Alright, no Reckless, chat, please. Surely they're not running 2 Reckless. I feel like 2 Reckless is like semi-common. Maybe. They got it? Alright, we got it. Were they on the second Reckless is a better question. Okay, they were not. This was a 1 Reckless gamer. Okay. Still got there. Despite boarding wrong, I still feel like this matchup is, Oh yeah, I brought, Crown of Dominion, I went second. So Crown of Dominion was a little bit of an oopsie. I still think it was, like, okay, I guess. It's not, like, that big of a boarding mistake. Yeah. You like Crown first and second? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Nate has joined us to enlighten us. Okay. Playing against Cecilio. Or the Kraken's out, bringing the Battering Bolt. So we're assuming that they are not the Arcane Cecilio, but the Arcane Cecilio is still pretty popular on Talishar, so we will see. Alright, looks like they are on the correct version of Cecilio. That being said, the setup's still a little bit weird here. I feel like Cecilio equipment's still always a mystery. Also, we're boarding... Now we're actually boarding wrong. Alright, I need to, like, lock in here. Mini Fridge won that game. It's true. It's really good in Reiner. All right, this is actually a misboard though. This one is my fault. It's still fine here. All right, Echo Flash. Yeah, basically I think that's the idea is like, you'll end up leaking a lot of damage with Honing Hood is like the downside. Like basically you're almost always going to be taking a ton of damage if you do Honing Hood against Reiner because they can present most often anywhere between like 8 to 12 damage, potentially even more. Blue Comet Collision is interesting. Wait, are they playing like an Arcane Cecilio? This deck is weird. What are they doing? They were playing like Aether Arc and blue Comic Collision. Hmm. Basically, you'll block out and still convert a port side or big game. I think that makes sense. Alright, let's try to YOLO for... Okay, Battering Bolt's really good. Okay, so we're not punished for running Dominion here, which is nice. Battering Bolt is a nice hit off the top. I think we'll even just throw the catch of the day on this. 2 damage is 2 damage. If we had Tunic counter on the catch plus Codex turn, we could have taken the tempo. I feel like having the trench, like with how fast the matchup goes, like I feel like the trench plus quick dodge thing is still really good. It just kind of prevents them from like high rolling you too hard. It's an aggressive matchup. I feel like for what it's worth, we didn't get the full value out of trench if I remember that game. So I think we only got 5 value, but it's still like good enough. I feel like, and it prevents them from having like the super kind of high roll hands. All right, this is a weird Acilio list. I don't really know what's going on here. They're like an arcane Acilio, but they're not. It's like a bad arcane list or something like that. I don't know. These are cards that you should not play in Acilio, is my opinion. But we still might lose to this. Who knows? Yeah, this is very spicy. I kind of assumed that they were doing Gone on a Flash combo, but I guess not. Alright, let's just overpitch here. Arcane, but without Striders. Yeah, it's... They're doing like something with like Channel Thunderstep instead. I don't really get it. I think since they're on some weird bullshit, I'm not gonna hook this. But if they were just on like Gone Flash Facilio, I'd probably be tempted to hook. They are playing the list that artificially decreases 0-1's win rate. Oh, that's very funny. that got a laugh out of me, Nate. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen... Okay, so I've not seen this card in a Acilio list. I've not seen this card... Okay, I've seen this card in a Acilio list, but like most of the cards in that list are like not good. And I've not seen blue Comet Collision or... Synderic Foresight I think I did see at some point. So they're on some weird shit. Okay, they are on Aether Flare, so we might end up regretting not having the Quiver, but that's fine. Let's just try to kill them before the Quiver matters. That's the way I think about it. They're on Floodgates. What the hell? Alright, someone's fucking cooking here. I don't know what they're cooking, but... Spicy. Oh, okay. I guess this kind of makes sense. Do we care about them drawing 2 cards, though? I don't know that we do. Also, they amped... they did this wrong. They could have sequenced this so that the... They could have sequenced this so that the... They got the amp on this, because now I could just block this, right? Yeah, I think they fucked up here. I guess we will stop the Floodgates, because why not? But I guess that does mean that their Aether Flare is like a little bit scarier. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't actually be that scared of Floodgates. It's like a little spooky, though. But it's weird that they're also running like Lightning Greaves here. Alright, 1,000,000% hooking this. Yeah, I don't know if that was correct to actually use... Maybe I should have just let the Floodgates hit and just see, like, make them do something with it. Because maybe, like, saving this for the Aether Flare is, like, too important. But that being said, they also don't have Storm Striders, so, like, their kill range is, like, so much less now. Okay, they put an Absorb and Aether in the bin. They're definitely doing something with this deck, I just don't fully know what.
Someone's having like a Kano withdrawal.
Yeah, this is like Kano with withdrawal. They're trying to use the Greaves to chain floodgates. That makes sense, but like, is this really the best thing Acilio can be doing? So they Greaves, instant cards he plays, turn get go again. So they do like, okay, so they generate action points for floodgates, they draw a bunch of cards, they keep floodgatesing or something like that. I guess I see it. It just seems so clunky though. They have to like draw near perfectly or something like that. But it's the is this the most fun version of Acilio? Maybe it is. I don't know. Acilio decks always scare me because I don't know what I'm playing against. That being said, we have 5 gold, so we're not in bad shape here. Ooh, Painful Premonition. This is a cool card. This card's pretty tight. I probably should be cracking gold first, but I don't think it matters here because I'm always playing the BGTS. They're fun maxing. We don't like fun on this channel. This is an anti-fun channel. I also probably should have pitched the port side because of that, but whatever. And so we can also just save this for next turn. It's not like a huge deal. Let's just send Bluefin for 12 here and then just Arsenal the Three-Oak. I think that seems fine. Especially given that they don't have Storm Striders, I'm not really like scared of anything. And they are running a lot of blues in their deck. But it's weird because they're not running like lightning blues. So like the Channel Thunder stuff, like, is it even that good? I don't know. Lame to hold on to Three-Oak. Yeah, I think there was like a better line there, but like, this is fine. I don't think it matters much at this point in the game. We're up like 15 points plus 12, so like 30 points basically. Like I don't, there might be a way that they can win this, but I don't really see it. All right, strike twice, sure. We have a Kindle, an Aether Sling, and a Floodgates. So they play Sling, Kindle it, draw a random card, maybe go again. I don't think I care. Seems fine. It's kind of cool that Kindle's seeing play. I guess I will say that. Alright, discarding the Kindle, so they have Sling into Floodgates. Oh, they're just gonna play the push instead. Why though? Interesting. Like, I think they could have Slang into Potion if they want to do. I feel like they need to like do something before they die here, but I don't think we're gonna give them time to set up. We're playing Marlynn. Only we get to have fun. It's true. Only I am allowed to have fun. All right, let's try to find some big action here. I think I'm just gonna get rid of this King Shark just to see if we can find another buff. Which there we go. Kind of want one more buff. One more buff for the stream chat. Still have like a decent shot. This is also kind of throwing, but it's fine. It's probably good enough. Let's not tempt our luck here. I guess I will settle for... I think we're just doing 16 here, because like holding the trophy shot has some value. In case we draw like a bunch of non-blues, then we can like Arsenal this or whatever. Let's just kill them though. I'm kind of like tempted to just like overpitch the battering bolt too. It's because like we want to like close the game. I don't think they're running any attack actions here, which is kind of interesting. Is this version more fun than like the Aether Flare snapback version? I'm not sure that it actually is. I feel like that deck is more fun because you can actually win with that deck. um, but maybe you can also win with this deck. Maybe I'm not giving enough credit. It just seems very janky. I feel like what they should be doing is running more of these like dualities if they want to do this right. Just so you can like pitch it to Thunderstep if that's like your combo that you're trying to go for. Maybe they do have more of them, and I'm just like not. Maybe they just didn't see them this game. Interesting. Oh, they are in some number of D-Reacts. Okay. Sure. They draw another one? I kind of want to see what the rest of their deck is here. Okay, they have the Open the Floodgates and the Arsenal, and then Future Sight. Okay, they didn't see any Sigil Brilliances that game. They're only... Wait, is there only blue Lightning card Nebula Duality? Like, why are they playing Channel Thunderstep? I guess they can also pitch, like, these yellows. Oh, I guess... Okay, Comic Collision is also blue. Lightning Wizard. Okay, I can like see the vision here. Maybe like use Comic Collision plus Nebula Duality, keep the Channel Thunderstep around, do the thing. I don't know. I think ChatGPT built their deck. Maybe we're playing against the Grok guys or something. I don't know.
The Grok guy.
The Grok guys.
My name is Grok guy.
Okay, actually, that doesn't feel like a ChatGPT deck because I don't think ChatGPT would like. I think that it would probably just give you like the Majin Bay Acilia or whatever, like the Gone in a Flash slop. Like that to me feels like a ChatGPT deck. That feels like it was that feels like there was some human design to it, I guess.
It seems like someone is like, oh, can I make this into Kano? And the answer is no, because it's like a facsimile.
You know. Let's play Marlynn. The Grok guys, Omega Lol. I'm not trying to start beef. Don't worry about it. You can clip it and send it to them. I don't think they care. Alright, we got the Marlynn mirror. Let's see how this goes. Have a pretty good start here. Oh, Shifting Tides. Okay, we got a gamer. Yeah, someone said, here are my favorite cards, finish it for me. Okay, I can kind of see it, I guess. I don't think... Should I have quivered there? Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like it was, like, low cost to quiver there, but maybe... I don't know if I wanted a Redfin there. The Abyssal is also weird. This feels like either it's like a... Is this a Fatigue Marlin list? This is either a really outdated Marlin list, or this is like some weird Fatigue nonsense. I'm gonna assume it's just a normal list and just took this. This can't be your turn one on the Marlin mirror. This is GG. Yeah, I don't know why they boarded 66. I feel like that's like a weird... Like maybe they're running reacts or something? I don't know. This isn't like that bad though, because we can always steal their gold, and like if they have a 3-oak in hand, it's not the end of the world. For what it's worth, we could have also swapped in the shallow water, and then like... Oh, actually, maybe that was the play. We like swap in the shallow water and then like let this go or something like that. I think this is still fine. And we still get a cheating here. That's pretty good. We are giving them, I guess they are already, we're going to have up to 2 blues here. That was your line to do the swap, like send shallow and then Arsenal bluefin. I kind of like that. But I guess this does give us the opportunity for like flexibility later. I don't know. Okay, King Shark is annoying. but it's not that bad. So I think they take our blue. They also should be hooking this for what it's worth. Yeah, I think that ended up like working out for us, but I think that was probably the better or like the safer line. I don't know. At least like the nice part is if we have Honing Hood here, we can do some like funky things with like King Shark, Codex, all the stuff. Alright, so they took our blue, so they're smart. But we're just gonna try to steal that gold back, I think, here. And I think you should almost always hook over 10 in this matchup. Like, unless they're on like some weird return fire stuff or something. Like, they need to draw like double Sunken to really block this out. So I think I'm like fine just trying to threaten the gold. 10 are, I think 10 is like basically safe, right? They have to like have double Sunken or throw caution or return fire. Like, how do they block this unless they draw exactly return fire or throw caution or Sunken? Alright, I have no idea what this list is. This is like a weird list. They have their hooks block made. They have 3 plus 3 plus 3, right? Am I missing something? Like 10 once we break their hook is safe, right? Oh, whoops. Oh, it's probably the Metafy Marlin list? Oh, is that what this is? Okay. Maybe I've been dissing Taylor Crawford's list. Yeah, that's what I was. I kind of meant to say that. Like 10 isn't safe if it's just on like no armor, but 10 is safe right now because they used 1 armor, right? I don't know why they blocked hook turn 1. It's a good question. I forget when they blocked with it, if I'm being honest. But we still just have like the uber gold advantage here. Alright, so they need double Sunken to block this out. See if they got it. This could still be bad for us, though, if they draw, like, 3 Oak. I feel like this is still, like, a losable position, potentially. Alright, seems like they at least have 1 Sunken. Okay, but no second Sunken is good for us. Yeah, I'm not sure what the block was on turn. Like, maybe they just wanted to get the value, or they worried about losing it or something. Your opponent is dealing me psychic damage, but that's okay. Everyone gets a little bit of psychic damage as a treat. I think this isn't like necessarily the most psychic damage thing. This is just like a weird Boomer Marlin list. Don't tell Taylor I said that, but this is like Boomer Marlin. It kind of is. Not gonna lie. All right. The fact that they're making a Golfin makes me think they drew a 3 Oak. Like I think their hand is like 3 Oak blue Goldfin. Otherwise, what are they doing? I've seen worse Marlin lists for sure. I don't think this list is like that bad. It's got some weird stuff. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Making some sushi tonight.
Wilson sushi.
I know you played worse, Nate. I've seen some of your lists. Oh, they're unsettled, Bill. Okay, interesting. Maybe this is the Taylor Crawford Metafy list. Intriguing. Huh. What do we want to do here? I kind of think I'm just like supposed to give them a little bit of armor. No, I think we hold the course. I think we try to hold armor. Because if we ever end up drawing like another sunken, I feel like blowing them out is like super strong. Especially when they have like so low gold. I don't really know why I'm giving this go again. Actually, I think I'm supposed to draw like 1 or 2 cards here. We should use the gold before we lose it. Okay, this ends up being good. Go again doesn't do anything, but maybe it scares them. We do get the potential to banish a cheating here, which is really sweet. Cheating and subtle, I guess, are both pretty decent hits. I think if I wanted to like not crack gold there and just banish settle, I think that's also like a decent option. But we'll take the cheating. Unfortunately, we cannot play arrows from the banish zone, but maybe that's a Shadow Throne set. Let's see. Okay, they have drawn their 3-oak. Terrifying. Settle Bill off Red Lore is sick. It's true. Oh, they have their own Red Lore. Okay. We still potentially got a game here. I think we just, like, let them have this, though. Let them have 8, they banish our cheating or pre-med or something, and then still kind of fine. I'm trying to think if there's a world where we, like, crack multiple gold to do something. I almost feel like we just, like, cash in the block value on the King Shark so that we get the ponder value, but I don't know if that's right. Maybe it's fine. We'll see. I could get punished for this fairly bad, but I think maintaining the life total seems reasonable. We probably get to bluefin to King Shark if you want. The issue with that is the sequencing is weird, right? Because we have to like pitch the pre-mid, I think, right? Because if we do crack gold, we draw, like, best case scenario, we draw blue. We have 1 floating. Then I guess we could. I think it always involves pitching the pre-med, right? Unless something. Yeah, I think blocking is better just so that we get the pre-med value here. That was my thought process, at least. They still get their pre-med. Oh, we should be able to, like, kind of wreck their hand here, so I'm not too worried about this. Sending 4, but, like, I don't want to send 4 go again to do that. I feel like Bluefin is just, like, almost as good, if not comparable to King Shark a lot of the time. I guess not on the same. Whoopsie. Scary from the opponent's side, but I guess we will figure. I guess they can't settle though. They have to like pitch to settle. I think we're still fine here. But that was kind of scary. What is their arsenal though? I guess they can't. Huh. They have Codex in arsenal? Okay, Codex makes sense. Sure. I think that's still fine for us. Oh, they're gonna go for the Kraken though, which is pretty smart. That is a good line. They need to hook this, by the way. What are they doing? Alright, let them have it. They should have, like, I think they should have, like, 2 to 3 more gold this game. Based on kind of how they played. I think if they're smart, they took the blue. Makes sense. Could still be in a little bit of trouble here, but we do have a lot of gold to kind of bail us out here. Most likely just going to be pitching the trophy. Okay. I think this is basically lethal. We do have to be a little bit careful here. The question is, do we need to actually go for more? I don't think we need to. We've also not seen any of our three oaks. I'm trying to think of like, okay, so like, do we win this game if we just send King Shark? Probably. Even through Sunken, we still win. Okay, I think I'm like overthinking this. I probably shouldn't have bought in the Codex or whatever. I think we're just winning here, right? If I'm not mistaken. We're winning here unless they have like a weird block card or double Sunken or something like that. Yeah. They could have 3 return fires in hand. That's the dream, right? Oh shit, I have the frailty. So I actually might not be dead. Or I might not kill here. Yeah, I also forgot the frailty. So we can put them to 1, but like even then, what are we doing here, chat? Okay. Shallow water. What are they doing? Does Taylor Crawford's guide not have sideboards? Tell him to update his sideboards. Holy. That's kind of funny. But I think that is like the Taylor Crawford list. Interesting. All right. One more Jarl for the road. All right, they're going to go first, sure. It's going to practice this matchup. It's going to be popular at Vegas. They are on the 2025 tech. Yeah, a little bit. Maybe they should watch hit YouTuber Flesh and Bad for more up-to-date Marlynn content. Ooh, Eye with Quiver is always lovely. Seems... I feel like I've seen this list before. Or maybe I'm playing against a person I played before. But its equipment setup looks familiar. Alright, looking for an arrow. Those are not arrows. So we will bottom. And we should actually probably just double quiver here. Okay, single quiver, good enough. See what they want to do. If you don't charge for it, can't be good content, surely. I don't like charging for content. It feels like... Well, first of all, I'm like not good enough at the game, I feel like, to necessarily want to charge. I guess we'll just pitch the Sifs. I think I'm like okay at the game, but I feel like for content stuff, I feel like people expect a certain level of quality, maybe. What do we want to do with this hand? I think it's just like overpitch the Codex Arsenal. No, wait, what am I doing? Hold on. I think we overpitch the Shark. Do this. Surely this is better, right? I feel like I'm not like a pro player, so like charging for content feels like disingenuous, even though I do test the deck a lot. But I think they're just like better creators for charging stuff, and I feel like also it's like very hard to like keep up with in case like the deck changes or like other stuff, you know. Well, that's annoying. This is like a hand where I'm like sad to have pre-med in my deck. Is this like block? Hold on, do they have a yellow on the bin? Neither player has a yellow on the bin. This is like the saddest block of all time. Is this right? I think this is right. I've read the Metafy, that can't be true. I think the Metafy is also, like, I also kind of think of that as like a group effort, like between you, me, Ben, and Chandler and stuff. Feels like weirdly disingenuous to like take credit for a lot of those notes or whatever. Because I think it's like kind of like just shared knowledge between us and some kind of, I don't know. Charging for like a snapshot of like a specific way to, like the way this deck changes, it feels weird. So like charging for like one specific iteration feels kind of strange. That's a really good CNC though. Unfortunate pre-med hand. That's a block you could do. Let's see what happens in 30 turns. I mean, we lose Sea Lace, but that's not the end of the world. Crumble, Root Bouncer. Wait, what did they get back? Hold on, I missed that. Did they have another Okanold or something? Oh, they got back a Granite Crunker, sure. Do we have a yellow yet? We do have a yellow in the form of our Codex. They have their own Root Bound in Arsenal. So I guess we just go like Spfear into Rabble or something. You can also just send 8. It's not like the worst play in the world. I think it seems fine. Kind of a bit weird here. We might have to like end up blocking out next turn. I almost wonder if actually Spfear into Rabble is like a better play, but yeah, whatever. Send damage. Yeah, losing armor only hurts when you drop below 3 most of the time. I think that's true. I think we're not like too scared about losing Sea Lace here. The buck did feel bad, like, but I don't know if there's much better. I think we had a C4 salvage on that hand, so if there was a yellow in the graveyard, I'd be like more incentivized to just like block 7 or something with the 2 pre-meds in the card, and then just like Codex on the next turn. No, I think that's true against Jarl. I think you can afford to give Sea Lace early if it's on a disruptive effect. Like, you might miss it when you like get like a red lure or something if it lines up, but a lot of the time you're not actually like necessarily needing to use Sea Lace. I feel like Sea Lace is like often a lot more of a trap than people think it is. Alright, take a peek at the hand. CLF, Autumn's Touch, sure. Hand's kind of bad. But our hand is also kind of bad in the sense that we don't have any gold or armor. I think I'm just going to block this turn. Set up this King Kraken. Take a little bit of an upturn. We'll try to see if we can find a 3-oak or just maybe just chain together some blues so that we can send the Kraken this turn. And taking off turns against Earl is like not the worst thing in the world. Alright, CLF. What will the follow-up be, Mr. Iceman? Rest in peace, pre-meds. I know. Pre-meds were not amazing this game. That's okay. Okay, so we have Summit. Summit will only make a Frostbite in an unequipped zone, so we currently have to pay an extra 3 this next turn, so that will be this card, then we arsenal this card. Okay, that's fine. Take a little bit of damage here. We're still in fine shape. Like, I think that losing Sea Lace is not cataclysmic, I guess. If you play this matchup enough, like, losing your boots is, like, not the end of the world, I think. Whoops. Passing the turn when you can send an arrow is cataclysmic, though. I love how little CLF affects us most of the time. It kind of just means you have to like keep an extra card. That's really all it means. If you have like the blues in hand to pay for it, like even you can kind of like if you have 2 blues and a yellow, that still like works through CLF a lot of time if you have full armor. It's pretty sweet. I like being able to dodge disruption. Feels nice. All right. No attack, or no non-attacks. So they're gonna felling us next turn and like bottom one of these 2. I guess it depends how greedy they are. But the Shallower might end up doing some work here. We still got a ton of time in this game though. Not too worried. So their arsenal here is either going to be an Okanold or it's going to be a Rootbound Carapace, depending on the greed level of our opponent here, but I think we're taking 8. There's like some merit to just like blocking here and trying to play like a slow game, but I think given that they could have an Oakenolden Arsenal, it's probably beneficial to pressure it. Making a Nate, making a note that King Shark might have been better against this flavor of list on average. Oh, you mean just like making a note? Yeah. I think if I see like a more disruptive Jarl, I think that's generally true. Like, if they are on, actually, I don't even know necessarily what this particular, like, there are some versions Jarl they're doing like the Frostfang pummel thing, which this list almost kind of seems like they're maybe trying to do that. We'll kind of have to see more of their deck list, but I think maybe that's true. I think they're both still pretty good though. All right, so see if they arsenaled the Rootbound here. Oh, they didn't get greedy. Okay, fair enough. I think I would have gotten greedy on that. Maybe I'm not a good Jarl player though. I still get gold here. I'm kind of okay with this. So we're sitting functionally at like 32. They still have a lot of their fridge. It's still fine though. I don't think there's any real reason to block. Other than just soaking up damage, which is sometimes good. Let's go ahead and pitch our Rabble here. Oh, cheating is a great draw. It's like a little awkward though, just because it means we're like kind of going off Arsenal again. We still need to find like a 3-oak here really bad. Even the more disruptive Jarl, the resource base is still more susceptible to Kraken. I think that's true. It depends, like, if I think if I see, like, Rouse the Ancients and stuff like that, that's when I'm, like, more incentivized to send King Shark. But, like, they're both still good no matter what variation of Jarl they're playing, right? It just, like, depends on the game state, like, whether or not it's better to take blues versus attacks, which most of the time I feel like, it feels like the blue base is just very non-attacky in most Jarl lists. Okay, CLF, Winter's Bite. I suppose we will take... Let's take Winter's Bite since CLF is like kind of do nothing against us. Alright, might just end up blocking out this turn though, so set an Arsenal. Or not. Wait, they don't have Earth for this. Lol. Nice felling loser. Okay. We just turn over our own codex. We have a nice fat gold stack here is the nice part. If they were able to rip the felling, I feel like they should have blocked with their gauntlets a bit earlier in the game, but I guess like, I don't know. Having the ability to like put Earth in the graveyard is very strong. Gotta be careful about your Earth management. I think we're also supposed to get Shallow Water since we're giving them back a felling here. I guess they like still don't have the Earth, but it's still good practice to threaten it. Maybe. I still think this is correct. Maybe just get the Shallow Water. Oh, they're getting CNC. Okay. Interesting. I think this is still fine. We just get Shallow and threaten it. If they want to, like, get back an Oaken or something, I think it's fine. They still need to, like, give us cards, right? So it's not, like, free for them to just, like, defend out. Maybe it is kind of free. They have, like, 6 armor here, plus card. I still like being greedy here, I think. I don't know. It's just too strong if it like doesn't line up for them, right? Curious why they chose the CNC. I'm kind of tempted to just like not Arsenal this. Oh, I accidentally Arsenaled it, sure. Gotta be careful with your Earth management. Good advice for everyone. Sounds like a Captain Planet PSA. I think here we're just supposed to like break our New Horizon. I shouldn't have Arsenal this. I think I like misclicked. But now I like actually want to get it out. We definitely have the ability to get more New Horizons value this game, given that we've not seen a 3-oak. But that was a minor punt. Alright, let's crack a little bit of gold here. I think I'm looking for another blue, ideally. It's kind of close. Weird sequence here. This is sloppy, I think. This feels like a weird line. I think I could have played that better. I don't know how exactly. I think the answer was to not punt and like Arsenal the yellowfin there. I guess it still kind of works out. I don't know. You could still at least like keep them off Oak and Old. So good here. Alright, see what they got. Completely non-functional hand. Why didn't they block with this? Do they have something that like costs 3 in their arsenal? I guess it's like another felling or something. Or colors. Okay, that makes sense. Sure. So we do sunken now. That's still fine. Yeah, this turn was so lit with New Horizon. If I didn't Arsenal the stupid the yellowfin there, I would have like I would have just eaten 5 and sent kept New Horizons. Oh, that's a better play. Oh, that actually is the play. We Arsenal the Yellowfin, we take the CNC damage. We let it clear our arsenal. We don't even bother with the New Horizon. Okay, yeah. Sorry, that's like me not seeing the like obvious line. Yeah, that's way better. I was like thinking I need to like block with New Horizons to break my arsenal, but I forgot that we were just like blocking. Wasn't it? We were just blocking a CNC, right? So the CNC would have broken our arsenal anyways. That's just me not paying attention. All right, doing my best to punt this game, but we're still probably gonna get there. Maybe not. Okay, posing a little scary. All right, I still think we're at a pretty comfy life total here. Just take the summit damage. Not the head frostbite. Terrifying. Alright, so let's go ahead and pitch. I guess we don't want to do that. Whatever. Pitch here. I guess we'll keep the red lure as it probably kills them. I don't think they can kill us from this point. Because we're just going to be sending too much damage every turn. Alright, good game, my friend. Alright, almost punted that game. That's okay. Or, I did punt. Almost punted the game away, rather. Is maybe a better way to phrase it. They're on some weird shit. They're on, like, Seeds of Tomorrow. That looks pretty normal-ish. Alright, let's try to get one more. We'll try to get a non-Jarl game. Because I know the people crave non-Jarl games. Yeah, so the CNC turn, we take 5, we let it blow up our arsenal, we keep New Horizons, and then we just get New Horizons value. I think that was a better line. All right. Batsy. This matchup's scary. This matchup terrifies me. Alright, we're gonna play. This is maybe Marlynn's scariest matchup. That's the clickbait. This matchup is terrifying, though. I don't think it is Marlynn's scariest matchup. It's Volda, but like this one can be kind of scary. I don't know. If they like chain the wrong, like the right disruption at you constantly, it's like kind of terrifying. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We could play Codex, turn it over. Hold on. Play Codex, turn it over. Crackle. That's like way too cute, right? I think it's like too cute. Maybe it's not though. Let's see what we hit off quiver. Trophy shot. I kind of think I'm supposed to do this. Is that insane? Hey, that is kind of insane. Edge of their seats. Okay, sure. Interesting line. Let's Arsenal. Well, they're not necessarily guaranteed to keep an Arsenal, so I guess we'll Arsenal the trophy there. Feels strange. Do have a really good hand lined up for us if they don't disrupt us here, though. Alright. Are they going to log us? No, they're going to edge of their seats us. Alright, now they're going to log us, sure. Okay, so they are going to overpower it. We could, theoretically, give them armor to block out the on-hit. But that's not super compelling. We give them the gold, which means they're enabling Chapeau. I'm kind of tempted to just throw armor in front of this, but like, they have so much disruption in the deck that like, I feel like we're not, like, maybe not best practice to actually block the pile driver. Getting extra gold here is very strong, though. I think we're just like looking for a blue off the top, which we should be able to get with 5. I think I'm going to play it a little safe here and not just try to block out the pile driver, because I feel like that's... I played this matchup a dozen times, probably, and that's felt kind of fine. The kind of sad thing here is I don't really want to send Shallow, but maybe it's like our only option. See what we got here. I guess we can just like ponder into a Kraken. Kraken's still like okay-ish against Betsy. Oh, I guess we don't actually They don't have any attacks in their graveyard yet, still. Do we think that this is a safe hook? They have presented exactly 60 cards into us. I feel like most Betsy decks are just on 9 D-Reacts and some of their block cards, so this doesn't feel like a safe hook. I think we gotta play it a little safe. Like, it's just too easy for them to just, like, throw attention grabbers plus Chapeau and, like, a 4 block in front of this. Don't think we can afford to. Alright, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Oh, they're already primed to fight. Interesting. Alright, there's one react. So this was definitely coverable. Good to know. Alright, seems like they're probably just gonna try to log us here. I'll say it like CNC or something. Alright, we're doing... Could be doing better, but we're not doing bad. Oh, Boulder Drop is scary. This is wagered, but it's not overpowered. Interesting. So I guess we just let them put the Codex back on top, right? Do this. That is a big boulder. We could also just like block out here, but I kind of want to see if I can like snipe a Terrace Under or like a double down from them next turn. Yeah, I think I like this line. It's either full block there or do this, and I feel like this feels like a little bit stronger. But it is like a little bit of a riskier line because we're taking a lot of damage. I think I just want to make sure we can try to take a little bit of the tempo back. Little scary. Alright, see if they got a non-attack here. We're still drawing into Codex, which is the nice part. I remember finally that Boulder Drop is put back on top instead of put back on the bottom. I think there's been a couple videos where I like assume that Boulder Drop is put on the bottom. But I think that actually makes it like a little bit more of an interesting design restriction, is putting it on top of the deck so you get to like draw back into it faster, I think was their logic. It's like a cool disruptive design, I think. Alright, send 10. I'd like to be sending a King Shark here, but I guess I will settle for the Kraken. It's probably still okay, Betsy. I don't know. I'm not a Betsy expert. Or I guess I am a Betsy expert. I'm not like a expert in the Marlynn Betsy matchup. Oh, we got a Terrace Under. Okay, that's pretty good. Edge of their seats, drink them on the table, debilitate. Yeah, that's pretty good. Drink them is scary. And they have the Might token for it. Terrifying. We do have the Sunk in this hand, though. So we can potentially look to try to blow them out here, but I don't think we even get like a super blowout. We can block, so this is coming in for 10, right? 10 total, we block here, here, give up Tunic plus Hook. Yeah, it's still good. But the issue is that we're not... The issue is like we're not playing Codex then. So maybe a better play is to just discard pre-med here and let them like have the card draw. But I kind of want to block this. No, I think that's wrong. Maybe it isn't, though. We draw a card. How does that help us? If it's a blue, we get to go, like, Tunic. Or no, we can't even do Tunic. I guess we could just even throw Horizons in front of this, right? We do, like, this, this, this. This is kind of a tempting block. We draw blue, we still preserve the Tunic, and then we get to, like, crack gold to try to find another blue. Or I think we need 2 blues, right? Let's go for a greedy line here. I think there's like some world where this becomes like an interesting line. Okay, maybe not this world. Okay. What can we do with this hand? Cry? If we draw out blue, I think we're in such good shape there. That's okay though. So you can still pre-med here. Or actually, hold on. Maybe that's... We don't actually want to give him a drink right? I think we actually crack a gold. Do this. This feels so weird, but I think it's correct. This has been a weird game. And then the question is, do we want to get greedy? They have up to 5 armor plus 4 block. I don't think we can afford to. I think we're just sending him for 12. Weird line here. Yeah, so they definitely could have covered this if they wanted to. Just with armor and 1 react. Oh yeah, 2 reacts even. Okay. Glad I did not hook. They also double bottomed, which means they're maybe just trying to filter towards... This is the line I would have taken. It felt like a weird line, but maybe this ended up working out. I don't know. I'm not like... I feel like that was an acceptable line. But maybe not the most exciting. Let's try over shallow. I think we do have the tempo lead for what's worth here. So like maybe we're not in that bad a shape. I think I'm gonna arsenal a cheating here of the catch. I actually don't know which of these is necessarily better in like a random game state. I feel like catch gives you like highest like high roll potential if you're trying to like line it up with the king shark. But we only have 2 other king sharks in the deck, so like catch is like fairly mid on anything else. I guess it's like still good on like bluefin. I don't know. It's weird. Blocking with New Horizon felt bad, but sometimes that's how it goes. I think that's like, yeah. That's how I'm kind of looking at it. Okay, we have a double down and bunch of blues. I don't think it matters what we take here, right? I guess we take what? I don't think there's anything that matters. I guess we can take the boulder drop in case they decide to play it for some reason. I don't know. I don't think there's like any card there that they're... Because I think they're just double downing into pile driver, right? I'm assuming. That's my assumption. Okay. Let's see what they got here. I think we're just like not blocking this, by the way. So they get to make a gold, make 2 golds. Alternatively, we block 3 cards. Oh, this does have overpower though. Right, from the double down, okay. So we cannot block. Let's just take the safe line here and keep the extra blue. I don't even really necessarily want to block. Alright, so we'll make 2 gold off this, but we can maybe try to steal some back here. Ooh, 3 oak is a good draw for next turn, I think. They do have shelters and sinks left, but we are sending 13. They have 5 here for... They would need double D-React to cover. Yeah, I think I'll hook. Kind of feeling a little bit greedy right now. They need double D-React here, if I'm counting correctly, because 5 here, 4 plus 4 would cover. I feel like they've been kind of showing themselves to be like a more aggressive Betsy list, so it feels like it makes a fair bit of sense to assume that they don't have a D-React on a given hand. Alright, Spinal, blue. Yeah, I think that also makes sense, Tasha. Like, you're fine losing hook at this point in the game. Let's go ahead and take the blue here, as I feel like messes with their hand the most. They can still send like a Spinal unoverpowered here, but I think that's fine with us, because we just have 3 oak to block it out. So we can go like block, block, catch, 3 oak, profit. Something like that. Oh, Tasha, I saw you watching my games last night. I was on like a terrible losing streak, I think. I feel like I was like so tired from work that I just like was like tilted. Glad that my stream luck is like a little bit better though. Maybe stream luck or stream type play or whatever. I feel like the games last night I was playing were like kind of sloppy. You sent a finger heart. What does that mean? People have been doing these like weird emojis in chat. I don't fully know how they're doing it or why they're doing it, but I appreciate it. Okay, we have the pile driver, overpower. Sounds good. Let's do this. Yeah, I think I like punted that Huntsman game. I don't know. I think that matchup is like also pretty rough. I need to practice that matchup a little bit more. I think I found kind of a strategy that I like into that, which is to just do I think you just bring in like both endless arrows, both pilfers, and like one or two battering bolts. I'm not 100% sure. I think that's like what I've tried. The endless just feels like it's very strong in that matchup, just because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter like the disruption necessarily. It just matters that you have like an arrow that you can bump for 8. It's kind of how I think about it. Like perfect 3 oak, or near perfect 3 oak. I guess we can still brick here, but we still have like 4 gold if we need to filter towards blues, which I don't think we need to do here. Alright, should still win, I think. Unless they have some other weird stuff going on over there. Yeah, Huntsman, I need to practice that matchup more, especially if I think that that's going to be like one of the better decks of Pro Tour, which I don't think it's... I don't know. I think that deck is like a little overhyped, maybe. Alright, do they have the react? No, they do not. Okay. Pretty good. I think this matchup can be really scary. I don't know if this particular list scares me, though. Like, I feel like if they go, like, just drink 'em, overpower CNC, overpower bet big, like, I feel like this matchup can get really snowbally. But yeah, I really like Endless and the Huntsman. I think that card's very good. All right, I think I'm probably going to call the stream there for today, but thank you all for tuning in. Again, I think this is what I'm going to be playing. I mean, I'm probably not going to bring another deck to Vegas, so you will see me playing Marlynn at Vegas, where they will Spfear us, which is the, I don't know if people got the joke in the stream, but it's like the Vegas Sphere or whatever. Vegas is awful, by the way, don't go there. But we're going to be going to compete in the tournament. Tegan's going to be there. So yeah, we're going to have a good time. But yeah, I will continue to tweak this list a little bit more for Vegas. I think there's still like a couple things to toy around with on the sideboard, but the main deck's feeling good at this point, so probably going to keep it as is. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in the stream. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Later.